Welcome to Ric's Corner, brought to you by Old School Labs, the brand I trust and the only one I put my name to. Use my code drasin12 on the link below.
Welcome to Ric's Corner. The man, the myth, the legend. Now on with the show.
All right, welcome to Ric's Corner. As you can see, Doug and I, as the newscasters say, we're keeping our social distance. And it's something that you really need to do. I hope that you guys don't go out of the house because it's not really safe out there. But if you do go, excuse me, make sure that you stay safe, because there are things to do to get out that just get you out of the everyday grind of sitting in here. And I make sure every morning that I get in my car and I go over to Coffee Bean, and the girls inside will bring me out a coffee and an ice water without me having to go in, and I sit there in the car for an hour and I just kind of think about things I want to do in my show, and it's an hour break from the house, and I come home and then I'm here.
Yeah. Everyone is experiencing quite a different reality now than ever before.
Yeah.
It's safe to say that probably no one in the world right now is living their day-to-day life in the way they did 2 months ago.
That's very true. That's very true. However, I am.
Well, you're one of the lucky few that have a unique situation.
No, there's few people that do, because since I was many years, I've always worked from my home. I either did this, or I silk screened in the garage, or I trained in the ring in the backyard, or I've done something that kept me at the house.
Is Gold's Gym open?
No.
Yeah.
No gym.
So that part's different.
That part is different.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't miss it.
Yeah.
I'd never thought in a million years I would say that.
I didn't think I'd hear it either.
No, I don't miss it at all. I got tired of it. I got tired of some of the situation down there at times, and I thought, okay, maybe I just need a break. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
So the lovely Ina Tuller brought me over some dumbbells and weights and bands that she had in her home gym, and she says, here, you can use these. And so I've been using them.
You know, I'm borrowing a friend's home gym right now to get a little bit of a workout, but we, Ric and I, sympathize with all those people who just have made working out the dominant thing in their life, and without that thing, it's very disruptive to your identity, your self-worth. And most of us have for many decades surrounded ourselves with this weightlifting, this muscle building lifestyle, and this is the first time most of us have ever had to just separate from that to some degree.
God, you're so correct on that. And if it would have been 10 years ago, or maybe even 5 years ago, I would have felt the same. Oh my God, I can't get to the gym. I can't get to the gym. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? And I began to realize that having a big body or a good body is all nice, but that's not really got me through life. It was using your brain and having a certain amount of charisma.
Well, this is kind of a wake-up call. As I said last time when I was on the show, this is a little bit of a wake-up call in the sense that we are now getting sort of slapped in the face with the fact that we have maybe put too many eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
Too much of our identity was based on our physique and our pursuit of muscle building. And look, I'm a huge fan of muscle building. I think most people know that, and I love it to the core. But none of us can really afford to just let that be our only identity.
No, and I've been saying that for years. You got to develop your brain along with your body and try to get in other things, because, well, it's the same thing with wrestling. I knew a lot of wrestlers that wrestled and then they retired young because they were injured, and then they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
In the bodybuilding world, if you quit and you don't know what to do with yourself because you never had a job, then you're going to be stuck.
Yeah. Well, and then to increase the anxiety that many of us are feeling, many of us have lost our jobs, have either lost most or some or all of our income. I have a little bit of income still coming in, so I can buy food, but I've had to negotiate my rent with my landlord and get it reduced. Of course, that just gets deferred. I just have to pay it later.
Yeah.
But there are some people, and we sympathize with you, who have lost your entire income, and you don't even know how you're going to buy food. These are very worrying times, even if you're not concerned about getting infected. Just the anxiety of your loved ones getting infected, the anxiety of your income the anxiety of not being able to get toilet paper at the grocery store, the anxiety of having to wait in line to get into the grocery store.
I was thinking about the toilet paper issue because before this all came about, I went and I bought, I think it was 9 rolls in the store to keep in my closet. I had no idea there was going to be a shortage.
You thought that was buying too much at the time.
Yeah, I mean, I still have the same roll I've been using for a month. Not to say I don't use it properly, but I also have a bidet. Which cleans you up and then you just dry it. So that I got by on that one.
Yeah.
But I don't understand the run on toilet paper and paper towels. It kind of, I don't get that.
You know, the other thing that I think bears mentioning is the fact that, and I only say this because I think it's important for you to feel like you're not alone. All of us are feeling this to some degree, and that is the fact that there's a dark cloud over the world right now, really, for the most part.
Yes.
And I think they said something like 80% of the United States is on lockdown, and 1/3 of the global population is on lockdown.
Yes.
And even if you're not yet on global lockdown, you may be soon. And so it's hard to concentrate on anything else. If you wanted to do a project, if you wanted to read some books, if you wanted to write a book, if you wanted to clean out a garage, maybe you can clean out a garage or something like that. But I've talked to friends who have said, you know, all the things I thought I would do with my free time, I haven't been able to do because I'm just too nervous.
Yeah, no, I'm not nervous.
So there's, well, I mean, some of us handle it better than others.
Yeah.
And by the way, you might be on one extreme. Over there, on the other extreme, are the people that probably are suicidal right now.
Oh, I know a few.
I mean, there are people that may have had a degree of depression that was on the verge of suicide before this happened.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that now I've heard they released a lot of people in jail because they of the virus and they're letting them all go free running the streets.
Yeah, this morning's news said that 1,700 prisoners from LA County Jail were released because they had only 30 days remaining on their sentence.
Yeah.
And they were nonviolent offenders.
Yeah.
And they've gotten an infection now, and so they're trying to minimize that. But boy, this is just a troubling time.
It reminds me of Escape from New York.
I didn't see that.
Kurt Russell. Or Escape from LA, that's one same sort of thing where everybody kind of went nuts underground and they're all running wild because of what it was. But I noticed that when I'm on the freeway driving, there's very few cars, but the ones that are there are doing 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, there's a certain lawlessness I've discovered now. There's a certain people walking through red lights and just sort of like nothing matters anymore.
Right.
No rules matter anymore. It's just a strange time.
And I was at, like I said, I went to the coffee meet and I saw 3 people walk out. They must have been in their 20s, 2 guys and a girl, just all arm in arm and no masks, you know.
Yeah.
Just hanging together. And I'm like, well, you're told not to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, all of us have to. My girlfriend and I are not kissing right now. I mean, we're, you know, rubbing shoulders and butts and everything else to express affection. But you know, either I or she may come into contact with it. You know, we don't want to expose each other to it.
Right. You know, I got invited to a gym. I got invited to go to a private gym, which I thought about, and my daughter said, "Nope, you're not going. I don't want you going. Anything could be going on in there. You don't know how clean it is or who's next to you." And I started to think about it. I thought, you know what, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go. I can get a good workout with those dumbbells and those bands.
Yeah.
I do them almost every day, if not every other day, and my diet's good. And I figure, I lost some weight, but I don't care.
This is just a waiting game. We just have to wait, right? When there was a time in my life when I some of you know, was living in Nicaragua for 2 years between 2005 2007, and I tried my hand at lumber exportation. I was exporting mahogany out of Nicaragua to the United States. And I was working out in Nicaragua, but when I came back from there, because that business project for the most part failed, I had already given away all my clients. So I came back to no income, and it was a really, really difficult time to restart the whole personal training business. And I just told myself at the time, I just need to survive.
Yeah.
One day at a time. And soon, things will get better, and they did. But we just have to believe that they will.
It's just like when you lay off from the gym and you say, I'm going to go back, and then a week goes, and 2 weeks goes, and 3 weeks goes, and I got to get back to the gym. And pretty soon, you've taken off 2 months, and you get lazy, you don't even want to do anything.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to feel like that.
Right.
That's why I have that stuff in there to keep me busy, because I want to keep the blood flow, keep the attitude going.
Right.
And knowing that, not only that, I think it keeps you in shape not muscular shape, but it keeps you healthier with the circulation so that you can fight off any viruses.
Yeah. You know, I also want to say a word about a lot of the social posting that we've seen either on Facebook or Instagram or something like that. And I'll just give you my 2 cents, right? This is, I'm just, my opinion. You know, it's hard to look at postings that are too negative or too positive, right? If you have a posting that you're putting up that's really positive, just think about the people that are suffering. That, you know, if you're showing off your home gym, you're showing off, you know, your physique at this time when most people are really tortured by the fact that they don't have the luck you do. You know, that's going to cause some anguish. Likewise, you know, if you're painting too dreary of a picture, you know, we don't want to see that either. So just be, if I may recommend that we just be sort of middle of the road, not too sad, not too happy. Be respectful. Understand that people are going through harder times and happier times, and we're just trying to hang in there and survive this. And I think we will. It'll pass within 2, 3 months, 4 months, maybe. Hopefully the vaccine gets developed soon. But if you haven't seen much postings from me, it's because I've just decided it's better to stay quiet than it is to post something that might be too happy or too sad or get under somebody's skin or something like that. Now's not the time to be showing off a physique. I mean, maybe. Well,
that's a good. I was going to say these selfies, you know, showing their ass and their boobs and their legs, and look at me with the cameras in their hand. All the cameras the same angle in the mirror, reflection. Look at me. It's like, who gives a shit at this point? We just want to get through this thing.
Yeah, you know, biomechanics is my baby.
Yeah.
I just love biomechanics. I love physics. I love understanding the mechanics of weight training and resistance exercise. But the truth is, it doesn't matter right now. It's hard for someone to be curious or fascinated with biomechanics at a time when they're worrying about their paycheck, or they're worrying about their meal, or they're worrying about getting infected, or they're worrying about their mother getting infected, or their son getting infected. And so I'm not going to speak about biomechanics for a while until we can get past this part and then get back to a little bit more normal life.
The thing that bothers me is you get mixed information. You get the president, you get the governor, you get the mayor, you get the doctor, and everybody gives you a different story. Now, this morning they said California was becoming under control, that the curve has dropped. It's a good sign that it's dropped quite a bit. And then on the next breath, the newscaster comes on and says it's worse than ever. Well, which is it? Yeah. You know, tell me one or tell me the other.
Yeah. Well, and I hate to say this, but, you know, we tend to exercise a little wishful thinking, right? We tend to believe the person we want to believe, right? So, look, from a logical standpoint, there's just no way we can get on the other side of this thing because there's just too many people walking around. We don't have a test yet. And without a test, we don't know how many people are infected. And without knowing how many people are infected, there's no way knowing how many more people are going to get contaminated or die.
Yes.
So it's just impossible until there's a test and until there's a vaccine to feel that we're getting past the worst of it.
Well, it's like I said when you came over, we had the Ebola virus, the Hong Kong flu, the bird flu, oh my God, there was a whole list of them, the swine flu, and all these things that took over years ago, and they killed a lot of people, but you never heard about it because there was no internet.
Right.
You know, and the news didn't horribilize it, and they didn't close anything down.
That's a good word, horribilize.
Yeah, but it's the same sort of deal.
Yeah.
But now with the internet and the news and people talking, they're taking something and they're making it, they're putting fear into people.
Yeah.
The people are more afraid of fear than the actual thing.
Yeah.
So it's, I don't know.
Well, you know, it would be nice for us to sit here and give you the latest research on exercise science or the latest diet or the latest. We just felt that it was more appropriate to just address the elephant in the room, the fact that most of us are experiencing a very sad part of our life in the sense that we can't live our lives quite the way we have been. We can't go out to dinner, we can't go to parties, we can't go to concerts, football games, basketball games, all that stuff's been put on hold. So
it will change.
It'll get back, but you can't help but feel the sadness of being penned up in your apartment or your home, you know, and being bored and trying to find something on TV and trying to order food in, and it's just a difficult time.
I worked all that out, thank God. And when I got bored with TV, I put on the Three Stooges.
Yeah, you can.
You have to unwind your head and see something stupid. But I don't know how the gyms are going to react after all this, if they're going to get crowded again or not, because people work out at home. And they might be afraid to go in there and touch anything or get bacteria.
I think there's going to be a degree of paranoia shortly after this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. A little post-traumatic stress.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there will be.
I was reading some articles where they said that, you know, things will return to, quote, normal, but normal will be different.
Yeah. Well, this is normal now.
Yeah. Well, for now, it's the normal.
Yeah.
But let's say 1 year from now, when this virus is not a threat anymore, people will still be very concerned about close proximity. And, you know, I'll tell you, I wash my hands more than I ever washed them in my entire life.
Yeah.
I never thought about it much before. But now I think
you learn to work from home and do all your communicating over the internet.
If you can.
Yeah, I mean, most people can if they want to. I mean, that's what most people are doing. Yeah. And it allows you to be home to do it, and you can just use your brain to learn more and get more done and maybe have a better business.
Yeah. If we can look at the bright side of it, that's what we should do.
Yep. That's exactly what I'm doing.
Anyway, that's our message, I think, right?
I think that's it. I mean, there's nothing more I can say or you can say or anybody can say. We just have to wait it out. But I'm really tired of listening to people get on and say the same thing over and over. I know they want to make a point, but the speeches are long. Yeah. And then let's take questions, and the questions are questions they've already asked over and over again, and the guys don't have any answer. You know? Well,
I think that's what happens when people are afraid.
Yeah.
They're grasping at straws.
Yeah. Just take it one day at a time.
Yeah.
You know, there's ways to kill the time.
But be safe.
Yeah, I mean,
be safe.
I don't have to be around people to be happy. In fact, I don't like being around people.
Yeah, I have a few remaining clients, and I wear a mask when I train them, and I wear rubber gloves when I train them, and I do that mostly for their peace of mind, so they feel.
Is it okay if I wear a wrestling mask?
Yeah, that works.
That'll keep away.
Yeah.
Can you imagine walking into the bank with that on?
They probably wouldn't let you in.
No, I see people with bandanas on their nose. It looks like Randolph Scott when he was a cowboy.
Yeah, it used to be like that. That was the bandit.
That's when they would hold up the stagecoach.
Yeah, right. That's right. That's right.
All right, stay safe. Keep a good attitude. I know it's hard, but by golly,
we'll get past it.
You can. If I can, with what I go through with all my body, and I'm still laughing and smiling and moving forward, you can too. And it's just a matter of putting your mind in the right place.
And let's define ourselves in a more well-rounded way, and not just as bodybuilders or weightlifters or wrestlers.
No. I like to think of myself as a homesteading gynecologist. See you all next time.
Thank you.
Hope you enjoyed the video brought to you by Old School Labs. Use my discount code DRASIN12 on the link below at oldschoollabs.com. Hey everyone, now you can have the Gold's Gym logo drawn by me, the artist Ric Drasin, personalized and made out to you and signed by me to frame and put on your gym wall or wherever you see fit to do so. It's a piece of bodybuilding history. It will never be duplicated again. It's the largest selling icon t-shirt logo in the world, and I'm the guy that drew it, and I will draw it for you. Just go to my website, ricdrasin.com, and order there. You can pay through PayPal, and it'll be sent out right away. And be sure to watch Ric's Corner for all the videos on bodybuilding, nutrition, fitness, pro wrestling, and anything that suits your interest as far as getting physically fit and being the best you can be from the golden era of bodybuilding.
He's the equalizer, baby. See you next time.